Good morning, friends, and welcome to our 13th episode of Gargoyles Reawakening. Before we begin, we're sorry. It's been a while. Our belief is that, hey, it's episode 13, evil episode 13, but it was more like, hey, let's record on this day. Oh, shit, I got something to do. Let's record on this day. Oh, shit, I've got something to do. Okay, well, what about this way? Oh, crap, we all have something to do. So, yeah, we're sorry, guys. You know, schedules and all that shit. In any event, as always, I am Carol, known as Guardian on the interwebs. I am joined by Lisa, known as Talia Levid.
Hi. Good morning.
And I'm also joined by Carol, known as Kodalea. I'm sorry, Carell. Wow, I'm an asshole. I apologize. Stupid American accents and all that shit. So, yes, it's Carell, not Carol. I'm Carol. We already did me. So
Yeah.
Also known as Kodalea. And I figure it would be awesome to say that I almost called Lisa Kodalea.
I wondered, there was a pause, and I was like, do I say something at this point, or what's going on?
I was like, okay, brain, think. Remember, it's like no, it's not a quarter after 9. It's 9:30, and I didn't get to sleep until about 11 o'clock last night because I was up watching, because I'm stupid and I've fallen in love with Markiplier on YouTube, and I love his voice, and I love watching him play those silly Five Nights at Freddy's games and all those clones. And I'm like, that's fun. So I need something to wake me up, and hopefully that'll happen eventually. So, sorry!
Yeah, the episode of Doom. That's
I was just thinking you got to bed early, but I suppose to use that slate, right?
Yes, it is, because usually I'm up during the week. I'm actually up at around this time. So I had to get up earlier than that in order to prepare myself to get onto the computer, because I have to do that. So I'm like, oh God, head desk. But I'll be okay. I'll survive, I think. Something like that. Time waits for no woman. Anyway, we actually have a really cool episode here for you. And we actually want to give you a how-to guide on how to create a good original character. Basically, don't do anything I did. And I will give you examples of what I did, though, so that you should not do. But then I will also likely go into a diatribe about how you could probably do what I did and then just be happy with it and not actually try and publish anything, which is also fine. It's completely up to you.
sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
I can't wait for it.
I'm excited
take
to hear
it
what
away,
you have to
ladies.
say. All right. Well, I think that brings us to our news.
In addition to the fact that we were late, Long Beach Comic Expo has come and gone. I actually did have the opportunity to attend the panel. It was awesome. In fact, you can see a recording of the entire panel on YouTube if you do a search for CAGE Informers Long Beach Comic Expo 2015 Gargoyles panel. You should be able to find it. I believe, I'm not exactly sure what the CAGE stands for, but it's in an acronym type name, but CAGE Informers. They recorded the whole darn thing. So that's cool. Not much to report there except Greg Weisman, God love him, has not stopped fighting for Gargoyles. He has not stopped fighting for Young Justice. He has not stopped fighting for Spectacular Spider-Man. And he will never stop fighting for us. Woohoo! Love you, Greg Weisman! Greg Weisman also has a Kickstarter for I believe it's a radio play of Reign of the Ghosts. Am I mistaken?
An audio play, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's an audio play because I think he said that all the voices were already recorded, but there will be also like special sound effects and 4 hours long music.
God, that sounds fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
As of this point, the Kickstarter has 281 backers with a total of $31,011 pledged of the 43,000 goals. So that's actually not too bad, although there's only 10 days to go, guys. So let's go ahead and try and back the project. Wow, I can't talk. Let's go ahead and do some donating, guys. It's a Reign of the Ghost full cast audio play, so if you ever went to a gathering and heard a radio play on the last couple days of any gathering, then you're going to love this stuff. So go ahead and open up your wallets if you can. Donate $1, donate $5, donate $500 if you can, and if you want to. It's all good. So yes, check out Reign of the Ghost on Kickstarter. I believe we will post the website for that. But if you search for Kickstarter for Reign of the Ghost full cast audio play, you should be able to find it, no problem.
Yeah, and it will be open until the end of the month, so you have still like 10 days when we're recording. I think it's due in 30 April.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
April 29th or something.
I tried to donate myself, but it seemed like my card was declined because I don't know, there's some bank that are overprotecting the cards.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I was gonna comment
so
on that.
So be warned,
too.
donators, if that's how you decide to go. If you can, maybe try donating through PayPal. I have no idea.
No, there's no PayPal option. That's
there's
what
no PayPal option, and you can't use Discover.
I couldn't use my Visa card. No, I don't know how I will give a.
I couldn't use mine either. I had to use Dave's because mine expires in July. So check the expiration date.
That might be the issue.
No, mine is good and it's okay, but I think it's my bank who is like protecting my card for.
Oh, things. I know what you mean. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep that in mind too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And donator beware. Looks like the computers are conspiring against us again.
Well, I was gonna say if you call your bank in advance and let them know that you're making said purchase, they'll let it go through. And I know this because I work with cards. All right, and also in some other news, recently on DeviantArt, we had a Fan Art Friday. This was compiled by Tegnotic, and if we're saying your name wrong, I apologize, but we're reading as Tech Silent G Nautic. So, it was really cool. There were
gargoyles. I have honestly no idea if it does, but yeah.
What?
I'm just being an idiot. Carry on.
No, it's okay. I was like, if you know how to say it, let me know.
No, I don't.
But he compiled a number of different fan arts from different artists. Our own Carell was one of them. Yeah. And he put them all together. We did feature it in Gargoyles Reawakening, and I've seen it in a number of the other groups as well. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's awesome.
Awesome. Now, is it just me, but has DeviantArt been loading really slowly for you guys lately?
Yes.
Ugh. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, at least I'm not the only one. It's like I can't use it.
I can't use it. The ads slow me down, so maybe I need to actually pay for a membership, and I've heard it's better.
I don't know how it works with the ad because I pay my membership like for years for now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any problem of speed or anything on DeviantArt. The only thing that I'm sad about is like it seems like DeviantArt is less.
Yeah, it's less active.
Yes.
Lately.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
I know.
Seems like with Instagram and Facebook and the other stuff and Tumblr, mainly Tumblr. Yeah. And they don't have any like porn or anything. I know that some people feel like they are retained on DeviantArt, that they have more freedom on those platforms. So maybe that's the reason why DeviantArt was left off.
Could be.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was just an observation of mine. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's experiencing that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's the ads, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I just need to pay for a membership one of these days, but I haven't yet. Because I want to support Kickstarter instead.
And
you have to pick your battles.
DeviantArt is fully capable of catering to its base. Kickstarter people, not so much. So donate to Kickstarter. That's my 2 cents.
Well, I don't have any other news. Oh, I did have more news. And this just goes back to supporting the franchise. My city, and I live in the center of the Midwest, officially has Season 2, Volume 2, as well as Season 1. I saw some copies of Season 1 in stores. Right. So if my stores have them, your stores have them. Go out and buy them.
Oh, yeah! So now we can actually choose which store we go to buy them. Hooray!
Yes. I saw it at Target. I saw it at Walmart, which I posted a picture on the Facebook page. And now it's at Target, which I took a picture and never posted it because I'm lazy. So, but they're there. Go buy them.
Awesome.
Gift your friends.
Yeah, it's still only like $9.95, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's $10. Yeah.
Ever! In addition to Gargoyle stuff being awesome and available and such, Christine Morgan, who's a well-known author within the fandom, is having a yard sale, and it's actually an online yard sale. If you visit the website whathoardingproblem.wordpress.com, and yes, that is an intentional pun, you can see what she is offering for sale. Please understand she will accept US dollars only. You will be required to pay for shipping, and it's possible that she may prefer PayPal over a check or money order. You're welcome to talk to her on Facebook, but yes, it's time to do some much needed spring cleaning, and she's getting her stuff out there. Most of the gargoyle stuff is already claimed, but if you want to take a look around, yeah, but she has more stuff, so check it out.
So, and on another news, there is our beloved Canthara, who opened a fan page on Facebook. You can find her at Canthara Draws on Facebook and see everything that she is offering. Well, and you can find all her lovely art and more on her page. So be sure to check out her new page. Yay!
Yay! And we'll have her link on our Gargoyles page, and we'll have Christine Morgan's link on our page as well. And we're also going to have a link from Jennifer Anderson. Everyone knows Jen Anderson. She's also a beloved fan and fan artist and fanfic writer. But she has opened, non-Gargoyles related, a Jamberry Nails shop. Which they're really cool. I'm not as familiar with the product, so maybe I shouldn't promote it too much. But what they are nail wraps and other products that you can purchase from her. I just bought a bunch for my sister's bridal shower, so I'm really excited about that.
Cool.
But what you do is there's tons of designs. There's also quite a few plain colors if you just want to give it a try with something a little more neutral. But we will have her Jamberry page posted, and if you're interested or if you're familiar with the product and you're looking for a consultant, check her out. All right, and then I think we're ready to move into our roar. All right, well, as Carol mentioned, we are going to talk about creating OCs and original characters, of course. And what got me started on this is the other day I was actually privy to some free time, and I started looking through some of my old original characters, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them are just pure shit, because I never evolved them. And it got me thinking, I get asked this a lot just because I do write for fun, what makes a great OC, or what makes a believable original character. And so I thought maybe today we would talk about some of our experiences with that, and maybe it would, help you guys along in your writing too. First off, what I notice the most is while I feel that all original characters come from some part of you, they are not you, especially not a super you. You don't want to make them the strongest, fastest, most popular, bestest there ever was in every single possible way. You kind of have to think about what is their purpose to your fan fiction. What role are they going to fulfill?
Boy, is my face red. So an example of what not to do would be the two Mary Sues that I have, which would be GC and Sci-Fi. GC is essentially a god. Yes, she hates being called the god because she doesn't like it. But yes, she has the phenomenal cosmic powers without the itty bitty living space. She does. Yes. Yeah, she does. That's the whole Twin Realms for you. Sci-Fi was me basically in a Doom game, and yeah, so don't do that.
Well, and I've done that too. I mean, I've created characters where what it needed to do was just fulfill something that was missing personally. Maybe I was feeling lonely, so I created this OC and put them into, I don't know, some Mighty Max. I like Mighty Max, I'll admit it. Mm-hmm. Maybe you put them into Mighty Max.
Dude,
and
that was the boy version of Polly Pocket, right?
Right! It was totally the boys' Polly Pocket, which, by the way, way better than
loved
Polly
those
Pocket.
Things.
Yeah!
My brother had Mighty Max and I had Polly Pocket, and I would have them together.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like, oh, well, I had this fight with my friends at school. Well, that's okay. I'm going to go put myself in this fan fiction, and suddenly everybody loves me and I'm the greatest thing there ever was. And those stories just never got written. It was just something that I needed to fulfill personally, but I know nobody else would want to read them. So I feel like
there is merit to that.
There is a lot of merit to that. And I personally feel that writing is therapeutic. You should do it. Go ahead and create those characters. Because you never know, maybe somewhere down the road there is something that you can work on with them. And who knows, you could become a fan fiction writer like Christine Morgan. You know, she's amazing as far as I'm concerned, or Christy Smith Hayden. So, you know, there's tons I could name. But yeah, that's what you gotta do. You just kind of have to work on that. Don't make them super you.
And it's, it's like when maybe there's somebody in the real life who is bothering you, maybe the best thing is like just making him or her a character that your character will be defeating.
Right, absolutely. And that kind of brings me to my second point. You know, as I said, they're a part of you. Work with that. Write about what you know. But in the same time, give this character a personality. You know, make them multidimensional. It's really easy to fall into those one-dimensional stereotypes. But, you know, take that one trait that inspired you and flesh it out. Give it other believable characteristics. Give your character flaws. Give them weaknesses, which to me is what really makes them believable, is when they're not superpowered. Give them quirks, maybe even some obsessions. Maybe there's something weird that they just love, but you know, that's going to make them memorable.
And you know, shoot them some flaws that are not reverse flaws, like the character that is so shy but so popular that we see in every story right now.
Yes, and exactly. I mean, there are so many characters who
talk about an oxymoron.
Yes, they're an oxymoron. They shouldn't fill the role that they're filling. You know, if you're going to be a shy character, be that shy character. That's awesome. You know, people love the shy characters. Look at, I hate to use this example, but look at Shutterfly on My Little Pony. Like, or I'm sorry, Fluttershy. I totally just flipped that. Fluttershy. I was thinking pictures. But everybody loves this character because she embodies that shyness. She's not out there trying to win the popularity contest. She's not out there trying to get the hottest guy, even if there is somebody she likes, you know? So just work with what you've got and make them believable. I think that's my bottom line. Give them purpose, make them believable. But, you know, once you start doing that and once you start seeing what works with your character, I'll give you an example. My character, Madison, when I originally created her, I was 14. And she started the very, very first story I wrote, she was a child, so that was easy. But then I wanted to make her more adult. And what I did is I just made her very sarcastic, and a teenager, because that's where I was in life. I made her very sarcastic, and I made her almost to the point of being so obnoxious that I couldn't even write for her anymore. And I loved this character. But I took a step back from what I was doing, and Brooklyn already fills that role. Brooklyn is the sarcastic, funny guy. We don't need another one. We don't need somebody who's always shooting those little Raphael-like digs. So she became her own. She still can, give what she takes, but she's not the one who's going to first have that barb. Somebody's got to say something to her first. And then all of a sudden I wrote hundreds of pages, and I still have them on my computer. So if that helps anybody. Yeah, I mean, she just flew off the charts. She became like more maternal. She became motherly. She became more of an artist. And she was more insightful than just being this sarcastic little brat. End of story.
Great.
Yeah. And also with that, and look how I coordinated all this, guys. Give them a believable background. I've noticed that there are a lot of great characters out there, but maybe they weren't thought about as much because all of a sudden there'll be this background story and it just doesn't fit the character's personality. If they've had this really horrible background, unless they've gone through a lot of self-reflection or they've done some type of therapy themselves, they're probably not going to be the happy-go-lucky jokester. So you've got to kind of think about that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a psychologist. I certainly will never pretend to be. But to me, it just detracts from.
Having been in therapy sessions myself, what you're saying has merit. Yeah.
If
I had not gone into therapy, I would still be a very bitter, angry person. Bitch, basically.
Well, and to me, I believe that. If you're going to have a bitchy character, give them a bitchin' background. Like make it fit to what you want this character to stand for, or what you want your character to feel in that moment. And then last but not least, does your character mesh with the show that you're representing in the story? And what I want to bring to that is, are you changing the canon characters' personalities just to fit your character? Or does your character actually fit with them? And I think that's a really important part that I see in a lot of fan fictions. You guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I see a lot of Mary Sue types who get put into these fan fictions, and I'll poke Gargoyles, 'cause let's face it, this is Gargoyles. They make every single possible character very silly, or almost to the point of being stupid and a little asinine. Because their character is a jokester and they want all these other characters to like them. So instead of being annoyed with their character, which would be a reasonable response, or instead of having no use for this character, all of a sudden you have Goliath hanging out with whoopee cushions under Xanatos' desk, or you have Lexington painting his face in clown makeup. It doesn't work. Make your character fit into this story, because before you know it, it'll be very seamless. It won't feel like your character stands out. They'll feel like they're part of that world.
If you could see the deadpan I am emoting right now.
I'm not pointing
the moment
fingers
you
at
said
anybody.
Goliath putting whoopee cushions under Xanatos' chair, it's like, whoa, what?
Right. And I mean, I read these stories and it makes me cry, because they took something that would have worked. I'll use an example here. I lent one of my characters, and I love this character. I haven't posted him, but Carell has drawn a picture of him, and another fan artist drew a picture of him for me. And he's a very serious samurai, but he's got a great sense of humor. In a way, he's kind of like a Goliath. But hopefully I changed him enough so it's not the same. But he's got this incredible sense of honor. He's a high warrior. He's second in command of his clan, and I lent him out to somebody, and they sent me a draft of what they had written for him, and they had him beheading people. They had him enjoying it. He was just a killing machine. And it's like, you took the beauty out of this original character. At least I feel it's beauty. But you took what made this original character who he was, and you made him so one-dimensional, and you ruined him. And that's what I feel is like, if you have to change other characters to fit your character, it may not be a good fit in the first place. So that's mine.
And then I'll jump in with a but going back to what you've said makes complete sense and has all the merit in the world, absolutely. But I would also argue, because and I guess with the three major characters that I continue to play around with in my head, the Guardian, Sci-Fi, and GC, they are, I guess the best thing you can say is they are archetypes, or is it archetypes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, archetypes.
Archetypes. The Guardian, I literally had a therapy session where I learned Guardian was my surrogate mother. Sci-Fi is my courage, and GC is just my silly stupid, my silly stupid smart person who, is just kind of, okay, what's going to happen next? Let's get to it. Yeah, get her done. And I'm realizing that as archetypical, if that's even a word, as they may be, that's how I like them. Now, on the other hand is, if you write stories about them, people aren't going to be reading them. But when you think about it, you're not writing these stories for other people. You're writing these stories for you. And that's also another reason why I don't really write anymore, because the only person who's really going to enjoy these stories is me. So these characters are floating comfortably around within the recesses of the folds of my brain, and they're cool with that. Sometimes I'll get inspired to write something, and we'll see what goes from there. But otherwise, most of the canon is staying in my head. And that is totally okay.
And honestly, I agree with everything you just said. I write for myself. I write the way I want to read something pan out. And maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's because you still put a lot of thought into this. I mean, you didn't just write this little one-shot character that you'll never use again. You didn't just write, something so silly and then post it. To you, it was important, and that's good. Writing is therapy. Art is therapy. Don't stop writing. Don't stop creating. Just maybe think more along the lines of what you're posting. And again, these are just guidelines. This is what I feel personally. This is what I follow. Your mantra is totally different, and that's wonderful. You know what I mean? Like, writing is art, so you have to interpret it the way you want to interpret it.
Another good idea would be
Yeah.
read books, read fantasy, read sci-fi, read nonfiction if you honestly want to. There are some really greatly narrated greatly written nonfiction books out there.
Mm-hmm.
And take what you read and incorporate. Forgive me, I don't necessarily mean incorporate it. It's the writing style that you see in whatever it is you're reading.
Mm-hmm.
While imitation being the sincerest form of flattery, is also considerable. You're still imitating the person. If you're not going to publish this stuff, if you're not going to post this stuff, I mean, that's where you start. When I was first writing, I had my characters going into Star Wars universe and the fighting doom imps with lightsabers, and I mean, oh my god, this stuff would make you cringe. But we all have to start somewhere.
But that's just it. We have to start somewhere, and I'm definitely not saying, don't make these characters that come into your head. Make them, write them up, write everything you can about them, and then maybe before you publish it, grammar and stuff aside, look at the character. Like, just see what do you enjoy about this character, and embody that. So, again, this is not finger pointing at anybody. This is just the guidelines that I use when I'm writing. Again, use your guidelines. Work with those characters. Make them the characters they were meant to be, and then post it, because we need some awesome fan fiction coming out.
If you are interested in learning more about how to create characters and individuals, you might want to check out Joseph Campbell. He writes, the hero's journey, the power of mythos,
Yeah, I read it.
Yes,
It's awesome.
yes.
It's Christopher Vogler.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I approve.
2 thumbs up.
It's a fantastic book for anything you want to write about archetypal characters and about the steps in the myth writing. It's awesome, the thing that you're learning inside. Yeah.
So yes, if you're interested, here we go. Joseph Campbell is known very well for The Power of Myth, The Masks of God, The Hero with a Thousand Faces. That's the book that I was thinking of. So any book by Joseph Campbell, if you're really thinking about getting into actually writing as opposed to just writing fanfic, check out Joseph Campbell's works. That is definitely a good place to start.
I agree.
Okay, that's all I have to say about that.
I think that was a good note.
Oh, thank you.
So that concludes our roar. We hope you enjoyed it, and we really hope that this helps you on your journey. Again, we just want to put out there, we're not trying to be negative to anybody. We're not finger pointing at anyone's characters, but this is something that's asked quite often, and hopefully the advice that we gave you will help you on your journey. And then I think that actually wraps up this segment of our podcast. So we hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we will be back shortly in a couple of weeks with our interview with Miss Carol.
Oh my god. Oh god. All my RB buddies out there. Oh god, 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 oh god. Oh, okay.
I see you perfectly running in circles.
I do, with your hands in the air. Like.
Yeah.
That's basically how it works. You should see me on the Rare Breed gaming servers for Team Fortress 2 sometimes. It's pretty comical.
All right, well, we hope you have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, nighttime, wherever you are. Talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye-bye. See ya.